Hey y'all, my name is JD Dunn. I'm a band director in Tampa, Florida at Coleman Middle School. We use brass for beginners natural trumpet for a different reason than most people probably do. In our district, which has 54 middle schools in it, we do what's called the wheel. It's an elective trial period. So our sixth graders don't start band in August. They don't start art in August. They actually don't start their elective until January because they spend the entire first semester trying out each of the electives for about 2 weeks. At our school, there are six sixth grade electives: C-boats, computers, which is coding and programming, band, orchestra, art, technology, which is robotics, and Spanish. At the end of December, they pick their favorite elective, and then they spend the entire spring semester of sixth grade in that elective, and hopefully they found the elective that they really love, and that means it's also the elective they're going to spend seventh and eighth grade in. It's a great system. I'm a big fan of it. It's exhausting, but it lets music numbers in our district be very much above the national average. It puts us a little bit behind where some of our schools could achieve level-wise. However, it keeps our numbers high and keeps a very music passionate area, which is what it's all about. So I get to use these instruments for a total of 9 days. In 9 days of band, you don't want to start a whole band. You can't start a whole band. Could you imagine your beginning band only existing for 9 days and trying to teach kids how to put together flutes and trombones or clarinets? So for 9 days, the system I've used for the past 5 years has been everybody on a B-flat trumpet, teaching one instrument at one time. The district supplies us with enough trumpets and or clarinets for a class, so I've just used trumpets. If your school's like mine, that means those trumpets were not new. Far from it. They didn't look cute. They had little dents. Some had some things taped up and bandaged up because you can only pay to fix so much every year. Who knows what other weird things were with the instruments. The kids fell in love with these this year. I've always had great numbers. Out of 300 plus students, over 150 picked band as their number one option each year. And it's great, but I found I conquered some serious boundaries this year for the sheer fact that these things look cool. They're sleek, they're black, there's not dinged up, bented up metal. You don't see any lacquer scratched off. There's no red rot. It's a pretty good life. These are also really light. Starting 35 beginning trumpets who are 11 years old, who are wimps. They get exhausted by holding up the heavy trumpet. Their shoulders hurt so bad, and it's so tiring, especially if you don't let them use their right hand, so they carry the instrument in their left. Bunch of crybabies. No crybabies. This thing's so light. It's less than a pound. Then, we also didn't have to worry about introducing water keys. There was no nasty spit moment or discussions we had to go through. Also, I didn't have to worry about kids breaking, twisting, messing with the valves, getting them jammed halfway. We don't worry about valves. We have 9 days. We're not going to teach you how to use a valve. Golly. You just focus on the instrument. There's nothing to get in the way. There's less things to break. There's less things to dent. There's less obstacles. Less distractions. It's a really beautiful teaching tool for the beginning. On my benefit, at the end of the semester when I wanted to go through and clean all the instruments, it takes a tub, a snake, and any middle school kid you can teach to run a snake through a pipe. I didn't have to teach kids how to maintenance the valves or how to maintain the pads. You just run the snake. So cleaning and maintaining these instruments over the years is going to be so much easier. I did 5 years of B-flat trumpet, and if you can imagine 35 B-flat trumpets trying to play a concert F, it's scarring. Twice a day, 6 times a semester. It hurts the soul. That's one of the extra beautiful things of this. Those B-flat trumpets failing miserably. And you know what a beginning trumpet sounds like. It ain't cute. No, normal sound. So you can compare that later. When you try to wail, because the kids are clueless and don't know what they're doing, so even if they're wailing on this instrument, it's so much warmer and mellower. It's pretty cool. And there's less wiggle room and the partials are lower, so if kids aren't quite getting the concert F, so they're laming and they're hitting super flat on the trumpet, and maybe their notes sound more like this, or whole range of sounds that hurts you even more because of intonation and intonation. When you're messing up on this, you're going to fall on a harmonic chord. So even you're hearing less volume hitting you, you're hearing a warmer tone hit you, and it's coming out in a sort of chord. It has saved my ears, it has saved my brain, it has saved my soul. And I noticed this year, a lot of the extremely disciplined kids who loved music but would sign up for orchestra because it was calmer, it was quieter, it was more resonating with their soul, and they could find their Zen time. I was getting more of those wonderful Zen kids that band doesn't have enough of. We attract all of the kids with attention issues and spastastic personalities that we love. I got a few more of those Zen kids this year, and it has made teaching so much nicer. Hopefully, you enjoy the Brass for Beginners and see how this instrument can benefit you some.